Right.
Don't put your DNA up on Ancestry.com or 23andMe. Because those things can get used against you.
Well, that or don't have a hot dog at a hockey game.
Well, but he probably didn't realize.
Okay.
You know?
Well,
I mean, think about it, where we're at now. I mean, think about it. This is a big story.
Yeah.
I mean, this is happening all over the country now and all over the world where people are giving their DNA up to see what their ancestors are.
Right.
And that can be used against you in something like this.
Yeah, it's an interesting case. I mean, I don't... So, I mean, are you saying we should take... I mean, we're all having flights here. Should we take our flights to the bathroom and wash off our glasses just in case 20 years from now we do something stupid? Or...
Have you committed a crime?
Well, I mean...
I haven't. But
I think the point is, one, don't commit the crime at all.
Well, yeah, exactly.
But two, if you're going to...
Well, yeah.
Don't submit your DNA to 23andMe.
Exactly.
Or Ancestry.com.
I mean, we talk about cameras being everywhere.
Yeah.
And we say, a lot of times people, you commit a crime, it's funny, you go on these websites like LiveLeak or YouTube, and you'll see the video cameras of people committing crimes, and they're going, are you a flipping idiot? Did you not know there was a camera there?
Right.
But now we're talking about DNA, and we're talking about you leave any kind of DNA anywhere, and you've done Ancestry and Me or wherever, or you have a criminal record, you're screwed.
Yeah, and
I had no idea of this story before you brought it up today, and I mean, I'm just looking at the headlines. It's just unbelievable.
It's a very interesting story, guys.
And it brings up interesting privacy concerns, right?
It does.
And to me, I saw something completely unrelated, but about the same DNA collection.
Yeah,
and a lot of people were complaining about, well, that's invasion of privacy, the government shouldn't be able to access that data, and it's like, you're submitting your DNA to a private company. I mean, first, if you don't want your DNA shared to whoever, don't submit your DNA to a private company, right?
A private company, yeah. I mean, I know, like, you might as well submit your DNA to the government while you're doing that at the same time.
I mean, it's not like you're doing a DNA test through your physician where you're protected by HIPAA laws or anything like that. You're literally just going to some random company and saying, I'm going to pay you $150.
But that upside, I mean...
to test my DNA.
You know, I might be able to... If I did that, though, I mean, the upside's too great to kind of resist sometimes. Like, if I can find out that I'm 79%, Northern European, I mean, that'd be awesome to know.
And I mean, I want to do it personally. I haven't yet, but I also am not concerned about me committing a crime that my DNA is going to be
I'm not concerned about a crime. I'm concerned about illegitimate children. I'm just kidding. I'm not concerned about that. Hopefully my wife doesn't listen to this. My father-in-law will. Tom, I don't mean that. That was a joke.
Yeah, Kelly's going to find out something.
It's a joke. But the big thing, like I said, guys, the big thing about the story is, think about the world we live in now. I mean, we can't go anywhere anymore with any type of privacy.
Yeah.
Really, you're laying down DNA or something wherever you go.
Oh, yeah.
Or you're on camera wherever you go.
I mean, there's DNA all over these glasses.
Of course there is. Of course. And there's cameras everywhere. But this story, magnified everything I thought about, fighting crime in this day and age. I mean, a napkin that's something you see on TV or a movie.
Exactly, yeah.
You wouldn't see it right now.
And when I read that, I was like, that's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not a big fan of those shows or anything.
Yeah.
But I was like, they followed the dude to a youth hockey game.
Yeah.
And took his DNA from a napkin.
I want to do that.
There's a bit more of a backstory, obviously. If they wouldn't have been following this guy if they weren't onto him, kind of. They were probably just looking for the evidence, the final piece.
If they didn't know that, if he hadn't put his DNA up on the web, they wouldn't have known it was him anyways.
Right.
There's no way they would have. This wouldn't have been this would still be a cold case. But this, I mean, I'm telling you, it's crazy. So I thought that was interesting. I want to bring up, I was talking to you guys before this, and before we sign off here, I wanted to bring this up, I saw on the chive.com, which I'm a big chive guy. If there's any people who listen to this podcast who are chive people, chive on to you, because I'm a big chive guy. They had, from careerbuilder.com, the cities that are most prepared for a zombie apocalypse. Okay? And number 10, Minneapolis, St. Paul, Minnesota.
Are we talking about fast zombies or slow zombies?
It doesn't say what kind of zombies
Yeah,
they
I mean,
are.
is it? Yeah, I mean, if they're fast,
Yeah.
Right.
Well, here's what they base it on. Okay, there's 4 different categories: the ability to defend against the virus, the ability to contain the virus, the ability to find a cure for the virus, and the ability to last the epidemic with an ample food supply. And Minneapolis came in with some pretty good defensive scores. They were very high because we do have
fresh water.
Yeah.
We've got everything.
Well, think about defense. So we've got Fort Ripley right at 94 here.
Yep.
We got the air bases over here.
Yep.
We got Duluth Air Base up here. We got some pretty good air base. Containment score. We're not a very together city. I mean, we're pretty spread out.
Sure.
Downtown isn't crazy cramped. Cure score. We do have some good hospitals.
Yeah.
We do have the Mayo. I don't know if they counted the Mayo Clinic in that, but
I bet they did.
down the road.
Yeah.
And food score, I mean, that was our lowest score, but we do have pretty good food sources around. So, but I thought it was interesting that they picked Minneapolis as number 10, and I feel pretty safe now.
Who is number 9?
Number 9 was Hartford, Connecticut.
Go through the list. I'd be interested.
At least go through the...
10 was Minneapolis, 9 was Hartford, 8 was Virginia Beach, Virginia. Their defense score is huge because...
Wow, yeah.
Yeah. And their food score was very low.
I bet.
Then we got Denver, Colorado, whose containment score is huge because they're right by the mountains, I'm sure.
Right. Yeah.
You know? Then we got Seattle, Washington, whose containment score, again, mountains there.
Well, yeah, you got mountains and
water.
the water.
Yeah.
San Diego was number 5, which had a great defense score because they have the
Marine,
Air
the
base.
naval
Navy.
naval place
The
right
home
there.
of the SEALs.
Yeah.
and Coronado.
Yeah. Then we have Baltimore again near Washington D.C. Lots of one on there, and a cure score, a huge cure score because in Baltimore, what we got Johns
Hopkins. Yeah.
Exactly right. Number 3, we got Salt Lake City. Containment score, again, huge because mountains.
Yeah.
2, Kansas City, Missouri. Defense score at 23.38.
See, they seem a little landlocked. I don't get that.
But I have a feeling there's a lot of bases around KC.
They must be,
something.
yeah.
The containment score was huge. And number 1, Boston, Massachusetts. Their cure score is number 1 at 20 out of 20. Which tells me, well, what's in Boston?
Well, I mean, you've got BU, you've got BC, you've got...
Lots of things up there.
I think there's even maybe a Sinai. Yeah.
Defense score was big because they're on the ocean.
Yeah.
Food score wasn't that great.
So, I mean, it's great to... I mean, it's interesting that you bring this up, but I mean, realistically, I mean, how, over the last 100 years, I mean, how many zombie attacks have there been?
None.
I was just going to say, you just started that statement with realistically, and we're talking about zombies.
But this doesn't happen a lot, right? Zombie attacks? It's not something that happens
I
often.
think it happens ever.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Has it happened in our lifetime? I don't
not sure
think
there's
so.
any
I think most of the zombie attacks on Florida that for a while there were because of drugs. I don't think.
Oh,
because
maybe was there one back in 2002, was it?
What was that?
I think Oklahoma. I'd have to look it up off the top of my
Well,
head.
the guy
I'm
was
not
on
sure.
drugs
But
and
bottom
so-
line is it doesn't
Yeah.
come up often.
Yeah.
It doesn't
No,
happen.
of course.
Rarely at best.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, this is fun. This is just fun, like banter here. I mean, it's great. We're number 10.
I mean, zombies don't want to come down my street.
yeah.
That's all I know.
Well, my fact about Minneapolis is I think that they wouldn't want to come in the cold.
But does that impact zombies?
I don't
though?
think
The
so.
snow and the ice, though, the walking style that they have, the limping.
That's what we were talking about, fast and slow. You can't be a fast zombie on ice.
But even
Good
the
luck
slow
with
zombie,
that.
the limping, that's not good for ice.
Oh, that's true,
ice
because
and
they're kind of
snow.
leaning forward. They're just going
Yeah.
to fall over.
Think of all the snowbanks we have right now. How are they getting through those?
Yeah. They're not going to get into my driveway.
They're not going that way.
No.
Like your driveway, your driveway is like a 45-degree angle. They're not getting
Yeah.
up your driveway. You're fine.
Yeah, they'll just, well,
You're good
now
to
it's
go.
clear, but
Yeah. Stevens, I
week
think you're in
ago.
trouble. Your driveway's pretty flat, so I think you're in trouble.
yeah.
It's not flat enough.
Yeah. Well, but you've only got one door in your
That's
house.
true. You
Yes.
have to go upstairs, too.
I
Yeah.
do, yeah. So
And you've only
I
got
am
one
protected.
door to your house.
And I sleep on the 3rd level, so
Yeah,
I'm
you're right,
really
yeah.
safe.
Yeah.
Yeah. a baby gate. You could just get a baby gate, put it up.
Yeah.
And
But I mean, I think about it and I go, if a zombie ever attacked, like what's that Simon Pegg movie?
Oh, I just watched
Shaun of the
that.
Dead. Yeah.
I watched that like 3 weeks ago. Actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'd go
It's a good movie.
I'd go to a microbrewery and just hang out there for a while.
The Winchester.
The Winchester. I go to the Winchester and
Wait till
hang
all
out.
blows over.
Yeah, it was all blows over. That's what I would do.
Yes.
Go to the Winchester, have a nice cold pint, and wait for all this to blow over.
I wouldn't. I mean, that's that.
Yeah.
You know? My brother always says, and he'll never listen to this podcast. Well, I got plenty of guns in my house. You come to my house. I'm like, I'm not leaving my house, dude. I mean, no. The worst thing you can do in a zombie apocalypse is to leave
your
a defensive
house.
area.
Right. Yeah.
You know. And the funny thing is, if there's zombie apocalypse, the three of us would probably still be tweeting about United. Like, how's it going to affect the season?
Honestly,
right. Yes.
I might think about leaving if this ever happened, because I mean I live in a townhouse development. I think it's too concentrated.
Right.
It's way too dense. The population is too dense.
That's
I'd rather
a good point. It would spread quickly.
Well,
yes.
We could meet over at Omni. Omni's an industrial area.
It's true.
Yeah, you know. I think Invictus would be a little too far for us.
It might be.
Omni probably be the best. Or Blue Wolf.
A lot of glass.
Glass there.
A lot of glass.
A lot of glass. Yeah, that's right. That's
Yeah.
I'm just saying, we're in the top 10, so we can survive a zombie apocalypse.
Sure. Yeah.
So we're good to go. We don't have to worry about it. I hope nobody on this podcast is worrying.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I would think, for some reason, I would think the South would be more likely to have a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, you're right. Warmer down there.
Yeah. I don't know why, but yeah.
They don't have snow and ice.
Yeah.
Really.
So we're obviously planning a trip.
We are planning a trip, and I want to get into that too before we go. I know, Sterling, you put up one kind of clue.
Little photograph.
A clue. I'm going to say a clue right now, and the only people who understand this clue are Johnny, Nelsy, Stevens will understand it. And
I don't even understand it.
You don't understand it. And Bouchard will understand it too if he listens. I don't know if Bouchard listens or not.
I'm sure he does.
But so back when we graduated from high school, 5 of us decided that we wanted to go on a little trip. There was a kind of dissension in the ranks of where we wanted to go. Three of the people decided they wanted to go to, I'm not going to say where it was, but a tubing spot close to here, and drink and go tubing. And 2 of us, myself and John Drewski, decided we wanted to go to another city. So Johnny and I decided to go to another city. But I told my parents I was going to one city, and then I ended up at another city.
Never again.
And Johnny and I went to that city. We had a great time. We saw a little hint. We saw a baseball game in that city.
So there's a baseball team there.
Baseball team there.
Yeah.
Saw a baseball game in that city. We had a great time, and just the 2 of us. His car overheated, his Ford Taurus.
So now there's another hint. It was drivable distance.
It was drivable distance, it was.
And we didn't quite make it there.
You guys went somewhere closer to Minneapolis and all got underage drinking tickets.
Yes.
And why was that, by the way?
Well, basically, I'm not gonna. This won't ruin the story or ruin the location hint at all. But we basically got to where we were going, and we were camping.
Yeah,
we decided to camp. We didn't want to spend the money for a hotel or whatever the reason. Maybe we still thought we might make it to this city in question. We just, you guys are, you drove the whole way. It's a long drive without giving anything away. But we decided to camp. And basically, we got underage drinking tickets. That's what you asked me, because we stayed up all night drinking, and then started vomiting loudly outside of our tents. And apparently that caught the attention of other campers, who then called the state police.
Like only 17, 18-year-olds can do.
Here's what I don't understand about that, and I don't think this would happen nowadays. Like, the state police came in as we were vomiting. At least 2 of us were vomiting.
Yes.
And they told us to leave.
Oh, what?
And clearer heads should prevail. I think it was me who said, "Now, wait a minute, officer."
Hold the phone.
you want us to leave? How about we sleep this off a little bit?
Yeah.
And then they said, okay, fine.
Yeah.
You have to leave at like, this was at 3 in the morning. They're like, you have to leave by 5:30 in the morning.
Even that?
Yes.
Bro,